It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NFL.
Burrow waiting for the shotgun snap, 2-by-2 formation, looks left, throws left, caught by Chase, escapes a tackle, racing down the sideline, touchdown!
Nice.
Bengals, Jamar Chase, picking up where he left off last year.
Lester had a 17-yard return on his first try, fields this one cleanly, and again he's got an alley. Wester at the 30, two men to beat, Wester could be gone, midfield and rolling, and the rookie sixth-round draft pick will take it to the house. LaJohntay Wester, 87 yards.
Highlights from the preseason football games last night. There were three of them. Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson suffered a dislocated pinky finger on his throwing hand. So, don't know what his status is going forward. They lost to the Ravens 24-16. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Eagles win 34-27. Notable just because Cincinnati's star offensive players actually played. A lot of times that doesn't happen, but we had Joe Burrow out there hitting Jamar Chase for a touchdown pass. So Eagles win 34-27. And the Raiders tie the Seattle Seahawks 23-all. Tonight, Lions-Falcons, Browns-Panthers, Commanders-Patriots. NFL Network has got games. I can't keep track of all the local stations and who has what.
We only have one NFL Network game tonight. It's the Browns game.
Yeah, only one.
They're all 5 and 5:30 tonight.
But who planned that? Somebody move a West Coast game late and give football fans their preseason fix if you can. Although I was working last night, and a guy I was working with is way into this, is watching. I'm like, this is, if you list everybody on the roster, you're watching guys like 40 through 80 here. They're deciding who gets the last 10 roster spots, who gets the spots on a practice squad, and these other guys we're going to cut. In what order do we want to call them back when inevitably the injuries happen? And here they come. Chargers left tackle Rashawn Slater lost for the season, ruptured the patellar tendon in his left knee in practice. He just signed for 4 years, $92 million guaranteed, $113 million possible. And this is for Jim Harbaugh's. This is a guy who wants to run the ball, and when they went and they got Najee Harris, and left tackle's the most important line position. The quarterback's blind side, protect that, and they get the most money. And now they're going to have to start shuffling guys, and somebody just got a roster spot. Somebody just got a spot on the practice squad who's going to get cut. Welcome to the NFL. John Lynch, Niners GM, doesn't want to hear any whining because they went through a gazillion injuries last year, and one of them's carrying over into this year. Lynch says the wide receiver Brandon Ayuk will be cleared, does not think that Ayuk will be cleared to play by the start of the regular season. He had a torn ACL, MCL last year. So we'll see how much of the early season he missed. Now, we've seen teams can start 3-3 and end up in the Super Bowl or whatever. So as the season gets longer, and they got 17 regular season games, and then depending on how it goes in the playoffs, you can play 21 games now. Maybe you're a little fresher if you miss the first 3-5 games, whatever it turns out to be. All right, DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
Also plan to do a blackout game versus Penn State, so you're asking everyone to wear black. Does that mean it'll be a night game?
I think we know.
You're sighing.
I think we know the Buckeyes drive big noon kickoff. That'll be a high-powered game, so I think we probably know what's going to happen around game time for that one.
What do we know? I don't know what you mean. It'll be at noon. It won't be at night.
Fox love the Buckeyes.
Okay.
And big noon is a big deal, right? They've invested in that time slot. So I think.
Okay, you don't want to answer.
We'll presume it's a big noon. It's a 12 noon kickoff.
I thought he did answer there. I thought it was pretty clear what he was getting at. It's interesting the way fan bases work on this, when they want the kickoff, and people want the kickoff that fits into their life, whatever they're doing, People have to travel a long way, want more time to travel there. People who tailgate want more time to tailgate. People want to be warm, want late season games at noon, and people want what they want. The funny thing is, in that part of the country, the noon kickoff is the traditional kickoff. That isn't a case of TV altering these long-standing traditions. They played afternoon football there. Now, a lot of people do like the night games, and they do like the blackout games, and it's like it's a new tradition, right? That one would be, I don't know, roughly 20 years old, I think, in a lot of parts of the country. I mean, if you grew up in the West, like PK and I, there were a lot of night games. USC, UCLA played night games. San Diego State and Arizona State played night games, but that wasn't really the long-standing football tradition for a long time. But people want what they want. Boise State, CSU, Utah State, who are leaving for the Pac-12 next year, have filed an updated lawsuit against the Mountain West Conference, accusing the conference of improperly withholding tens of millions of dollars and misleading them about a covert plan to fast-track the addition of Grand Canyon University. Schools argue that the Mountain West exit fees, at least $19 million per institution, are invalid and should not be enforced. The Mountain West also seeking $55 million in poaching fees from the Pac-12. Man, I hope Utah State has good lawyers. They're certainly busy lawyers. They got a former football coach, a lawsuit with him, and 2 former administrators, and ongoing litigation with the Pac-12. But that $19 million, that's basically a full year of money to athletes. That is a big pile of cash. LSU starting quarterback Garrett Nussmeier, who's on the Heisman Trophy shortlist, left practice earlier with discomfort in his knee, but reports say there's no concern that it's a long-term issue for the Tigers. It's a little discomfort. Play through it. Something going on in the knee. And former Florida State and Texas A&M coach Jimbo Fisher said he hopes to return to coaching. Quote, people have asked me that, and I've enjoyed my family, but to answer your question, if the right situation comes along and it's right, I'm 59, I'm in great shape and healthy. I've had success everywhere we've been. Being able to coach, I would. I've won 72% of my games, 80% of my playoff games. I've been fortunate to win a national championship as a head coach and assistant. I miss the relationship with players. I'd be very interested in still doing it. Still think I've got a lot to give. I'd like to get back out there. Jimbo Fisher, leaving no doubt. Who wants to give him another shot? Somebody will. That's how the coaching carousel works. DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Runners take off. Pitch on the way. Chopper slowly hit out to short. Charging Lopez. Scoops and fires low. And it gets by Wagaman. That's going to give the Braves a lead. It's in the camera well. Put the pressure on Lopez. And he fired low to first base. And it gets by Wagaman. And the Braves are on top 7-6 in the 7th.
There's 2-2 pitch. That swung a drive to deep right field, going back Hassel the third, and it's gone! Tyler Soderstrom with a home run. The A's lead at 5-0.
Here's the stretch, and the next offer on the way. Swinging a ground ball into right field for a base hit. Here comes Suarez rounding third. The throw to the plate by Taylor, the slide, the tag, safe at home. Suarez, a walk-off base hit for Dom Canzone. The Mariners win it 4-3. A walk-off single for Canzone. He's being mobbed out there at first base.
Highlights, light day in Major League Baseball, only 4 games. The Mariners sweep the White Sox 4-3. They won in 11 innings. Seattle's a game and a half back at Houston. Good race in the AL West. And Paul Skeens strikes out 8. Pirates shut out the Reds 7-0. Reds with some wild card hopes. The Braves had to win that game or they would have been 20 games under 500. Major disappointment for them this season. And the Salt Lake Bees beat the Las Vegas Aviators 15-12. Game 3 tonight with first pitch set for 7 o'clock. Coverage on the Zone begins at 7 with Tony Parks on the call. And the kids from the Alpine Little League beat Wyoming 10-0, so they're playing Nevada. One of those 2 teams is going to Williamsport. That game's on 3 o'clock today. Who's going to the Little League World Series living the dream? PK, you played on that field once upon a time, not in the Little League World Series.
You keep going. You're on a roll. Just continue.
Yeah. You don't want to tell your Little League World Series story?
No, go ahead. Go.
Okay,
go,
fine.
Go.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag NBA.
NBA Most Valuable Player Shai Gilgeous-Alexander received the key to the city of Hamilton, Ontario from Mayor Andrea Horwath at a public rally yesterday. He's going to have a street named after him in the city. He is the hero in Canada after leading Oklahoma City to the NBA title. Key to the city, put that baby up on the wall. That's a nice little keepsake right there. DJ and PK.
Hashtag RSL.
RSL back in MLS play. They play the New York Red Bulls Sunday afternoon. Normally they play on Saturdays, but the Red Bulls had a League Cup game last night. They were eliminated from League's Cup with 6 points, as was RSL. Neither one of them needed 7 and a win on goal differential to advance. So those two come up short. They will play each other Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Coverage will begin at 3 o'clock with the RSL pre-match show right here on The Zone. The Red Bulls have kind of been drifting sideways, but they are currently below the playoff line in the East. So a chance for RSL to go pick up some points on the road as they are just barely above the playoff line in the West after a really good June and July. See if they can keep it rolling in August. Utah Royals take on the Kansas City Current and their former star, Allie Sentner. She asked out in a trade. The U.S. women's national team star moved to Kansas City for $600,000. She returns to America First Field tonight. First kick set for 8 o'clock. Coverage on The Zone will begin with the pre-match show at 7:30. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NHL.
Utah Mammoth have filed a lawsuit against Mammoth Hockey LLC, a hockey equipment bag manufacturer, trying to settle a trademark dispute. The Oregon-based Mammoth Hockey issued a cease and desist letter not long after the new franchise name was unveiled by the Smith Entertainment Group. Will they win? Will they just have to write a check? Will they have to come up with another name and another logo? How will it all play out? See how that shakes out. All right, What is Trending is brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small, and get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Coming up this morning, 8:30, Jason Kreis, Director of Operations and Special Projects for Real Salt Lake, will join us. Look ahead to this weekend's game, talk about the acquisition of 2 new players. Ron Cruz will play this weekend. I don't know that they'll get both guys in. We'll see. Victor Olatunji is supposed to be with the team, but not sure if he'll be able to play. We'll ask Jason. And Robbie Bosco, former BYU quarterback, current BYU athletic administrator, joins us at 9 o'clock. It's a new day at BYU. We'll talk quarterback battles and all the changes in college football with Robbie Bosco. We also have free tickets to see Pantera in the heaviest tour of the summer at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater, August 20th. We'll give those tickets away both in the 8 o'clock and the 9 o'clock hours today. Look forward to that. The question of the day is next. Stay with us.
This is Hanson Scotty.
Let's do it.
Kalani Sitake.
What is the most you've paid for a concert ticket, and what concert was it?
For me, MC Hammer.
Oh, nice.
I had the parachute pants, you know, all that stuff ready to go. I mean, don't get me started, guys.
No,
you can
we won't.
still listen to the stuff right now. It's good, clean, wholesome music.
Exactly.
You know, the whole family can have parachute pants and go out.
That's true.
And then do their dances and stuff like that. You know, Can't Touch This. I mean, he even had some slow songs. You know, songs about praying.
Pray.
You know, come on, man. Like, he's got it all.
What kind of a show is this? Catch Hans Olsen and Scotty G every day from noon to 3 on 97.5 1280 The Zone, powered by KSLSports.com.
Nominate the youth sports volunteer that you know for the Hercules of the Week. Submit your nomination at KSLSports.com/contest and listen every Thursday afternoon to JJ and Alex for the winner. Help us celebrate the efforts of those volunteers making an impact with the Hercules Hero of the Week. And it's sponsored by Hercules First Federal Credit Union and Beehive Meals.
DJ and PK, the question of the morning. What is your most painful sports moment? Amidst all this optimism as football ramps up here 3 weeks from tomorrow, local schools kicking off. Aggies, Utes, Cougars.
Yeah, we know who they are.
All the pain. What is it?
Yeah. You know, it's Friday.
Yep.
And I think you can slip in a little sadness because it is Friday. And so you have the juxtaposition of Friday, so you're excited, but then having a sports fan, a little pain, you know? You got to have a little pain to make the gain worth it.
Eric says it's the Jazz losing the Bulls in the finals, ×2. And Mike says, Eric nailed it. For most fans, that is it. Fans of a certain age. I mean, we are getting to the point where there are a lot of fans who don't remember it. But a lot still do.
That's the
and it
most
still
painful?
pains them. Michael, the push-off.
Well, yeah, but see, I would push back. Because who beat MJ in the finals? List all the teams.
And we're done.
Right. Now,
6-0 in the NBA Finals.
was that really your best chance? Or was your best chance when he was over there doing whatever he was doing for whatever the reasons he was doing them?
1995.
So if you had got
That was the opportunity.
championship then, would this be so painful? You weren't going to beat MJ. The league wasn't going to allow. God wasn't allow it.
Dick Bavetta and his whistle. We're going to
it was clearly fixed. So you weren't going to beat him.
You don't believe that. Why do you feed into that?
Well, because you brought up Dickie, what's his last name?
Bavetta.
Dickie B. And, shot clock violation here, not shot clock violation there. Here, shot clock violation.
There, shot clock violation.
Yeah, so
everywhere.
That should not be the most painful. That should be the highlight. The most painful was losing to teams you had no business losing to. So you folk, Ed and Teddy and Bill and Byron, you got it all wrong.
95, up by 10. 5 minutes to go in Game 5. Going to eliminate the defending champs from Houston, who turned out to be the eventual champs. Oh, it was all set up right there.
I don't remember one play from that, and you can just recite plays as if there's a screen in front of your face. I literally could not tell you one play.
That was the year.
Well, there were several years.
94 was another year, but I just don't think they were good enough. They weren't. But 95, they really were. They were right there.
Well, they were right there with the Lakers there. You can make your
88.
thumb and index finger an inch apart. They were right there then. In fact, I think that's their best team. Those were the most painful times. You got it all wrong. Losing in the final? No. Correct yourselves. Wrong-o, wrong-o, wrong-o.
Leroy, Jordan over Russell, hands down. Matthew, forever Jordan over Russell.
You're bad, Leroy.
Ryan, Jordan.
No.
Adam, I'll never forget that awful feeling on June 14, 1998, leaving the Delta Center. Worst sports experience of my life as a fan.
No, that's not true. It's not.
People know when they felt their pain. They believed. Carey, Michael Jordan, ...
Right.
Ugh.
Losing to him had brought no shame. Losing to other teams brought shame and disappointment. You weren't going to win this series. What would you? Don't be foolish. He never lost. He's not LeBron. He doesn't lose in the finals left and right. For all you people who think that this other guy was better than this guy, you're wrong on that too.
There are other nominees out here. Ben says the 2019 Pac-12 championship game. The Utes.
Which one was that?
One win away from making the 14 playoff. They came out flat, even though they would have gotten destroyed by LSU if they'd made it. But still painful.
Is that your? There's no way that's your commentary that they would have got destroyed by LSU.
No, that's what Ben wrote.
Right, I knew that. I knew darn well you weren't going to say that on your own.
I did not even remember they would have played LSU. Was that the Joe Burrow year?
No, that was the other year. That was the whoever year. Come on, of course that was the Joe Burrow year. Yeah, you weren't going to say that the Utes got destroyed. There's no way you would say that. I didn't know if you were reading it, but then once you said that, I knew you were reading it.
Yep, read the whole thing. Is that the worst football loss? I mean, it's either the Oregon or Washington title games.
They lose to? I don't even remember.
They lost to, I think that was the Oregon loss.
Oh, they got run off the field on that one.
Well, he said came out flat, yeah. I think they lost to Washington first.
Yeah, they did.
Right. And Oregon in 2019.
I was there.
You got a more painful football loss for the Utes? That isn't the rivalry? Because we do have some people who it's rivalry games.
Well, why
for
does
them.
it have to not be the rivalry?
That's the only other thing that's mentioned. There were no other losses.
If it's the rivalry, it's the rivalry.
Yep. Brooks says it's the Canashiro Doink or Harline.
Oh, the Harline one. I mean, come on. Nothing compares to that. That's simply the best, isn't it? Or worst in that case.
Depending on your perspective, yes.
Yeah. How dramatic can you possibly be? And the type of play, it wasn't down and out, ready break on 3. It's like, it was a phenomenal play.
Yeah. I mean, you could have gone back to
No, Andrew George, but no, or that was Max Hall, but no. Beck would
back to Harleen. With Harleen,
that was all
running around.
Wasn't Beck to anybody else.
Yep.
You were thinking of Max Hall, but that was the only Beck to pass, and that was Joe Beck, because Jaw Beck was on the team, and now Jaw Beck is your offensive coordinator.
He couldn't put the first initial. That didn't help you. Usually, when two guys have the same name, they just put the first initial and sort it out. Needed 2 letters from the first name. Know who we're talking about.
Which I don't understand that. Why'd you need to? You knew the numbers. The numbers ought to differentiate the 2.
That should be your clue.
Yeah. We had Jaw Beck and Joe Beck.
John's got a different football game. The 1998 NJCAA national title game, Ricks versus Butler, and Butler won 22-18.
And the 100 schools that play football in California are not included. So that's your almost national championship game.
Winner, 49 state champion.
There may not be other states that play. I don't know, but I know California does not participate in any of that stuff. They do their own thing.
Michael says it's the first quarter of the 2015 Royal Purple Las Vegas Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
That escalated quickly.
All those turnovers. They made Jake Heaps look like he was the essence of ball security.
35-0.
Everybody knows that game goes another 5 minutes, the Cougars win.
We heard that a few times.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Bronco and his coaching staff on the way to Virginia. A disastrous first quarter.
Yeah.
I forget how many plays it was, but it was a ridiculously low number of plays for the Utes to score those 5 touchdowns. Was it 4?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'll give me something to check in the break. I'll report back.
Well, no, you don't have to. Just report to yourself and maybe tell your wife.
Nope.
She'll pretend like she cares.
Nope. Sharing it with the world. Brandon, this isn't the most painful, but losing to Kansas last year in football still hurts.
Well, the way it turned out, I guess it was pretty painful, sure.
Yeah, but the question is most painful. What was the most painful?
Well, I mean, you can have degrees of pain if you want. But the problem with that is you still had another ball game. It wasn't like it was the end. You could have won the next week. And everybody knows if they had another 5 minutes, BYU would have won.
Corbin says his most painful moment was the David Tyree helmet catch.
No, that was a great play. If you're a Patriots fan, you cannot come at me with painful moments.
You have too many Super Bowls.
Yes.
Nobody cares about your pain.
Right. No. You need to shut up and shut up right now.
You got your 6 Super Bowls. Deal with it.
Right.
But it was the perfect season. They were so close.
You don't know pain.
That was for 19-0. NFL history.
You don't know pain. If you're a Patriots fan of that era, no. I'm not going to accept that.
Scotty says Game 7 of the first round this past season. The Blues up by 2 with 1:32 left. Crying emoji.
Well, forget the Blues. You can have the Blues. It ain't about the Blues anymore. It's about the ma'am.
Some Missouri transplant there.
Oh, go home.
Baseball fan, you're not going to be surprised when you hear this. Craig says his most painful moment, Bill Buckner's miscue in the 86 series. So close. And Russell says, after that, you knew they were going to lose Game 7.
I did not know they were going to lose Game 7, especially because I believe they had a 3-run lead late in that game, too.
Red Sox fans of that era just didn't believe. Since it's been rectified, they got their 3 World Series. Kind of takes the edge off that.
Sure, but at the time, you don't know that.
Nope.
You just think it's more of a curse. Right. We suck. We're never going to do this, blah, blah, blah. We get so close. Get the stuff pulled out from under them. They've had the Yankee games and all. I would have thought that maybe he, depending on how old he is, the Bucky Dent would have been more painful.
It's another one. It's another painful moment.
Because you're at home. You've got a light-hitting shortstop. A lot of shortstops in those days were light-hitting. Certainly not power guys. That didn't come around until like Cal Ripken started that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's somebody else where your shortstops were able to have some beef to them and can be a big-time threat at the plate. And Bucky Dent, of all people, hits a home run. And for whatever reason, Bucky Dent has been on our station about 5 times.
Awesome.
And why was he in town? He'd always
golf tournament, Thanksgiving Point.
For what, though?
I can't remember what the cause was, but I remember sitting there.
Yeah, he was like every year for like 3 or 4 years.
It was a good run there, yeah. Yes. We got to talk baseball with Bucky Dent.
Yeah. And it was
things you thought you would never do.
Tuesday after Labor Day or something, or the Monday after the first football game. Yeah. And he's a very good interview, very good on the radio. But for whatever reason, he was coming out here several years, and he'd come on and he'd talk about that and talk about the state of the game and other stuff that was going on. And it was a great interview. I looked forward to it. But he became a legend on one play. How many people become a legend on one play? One play. That's it, one play. He played all those years in the big leagues, one play.
Well, it was about a week ago you were bringing Gene Tennis up, but see, that's 2 at-bats, not 1. So right away, even a guy who's pretty close to that category, you got to say, nope.
Oh, he doubled them up.
I know. You had 2 plays. Step aside. Move over. Make way for...
One play.
Yeah.
That's amazing. 1 pitch, 1 at-bat, 1 swing.
Legend.
I know. And he goes down in infamy with the greatest franchise in the sport that has had all these Hall of Famers and legendary, iconic names for generations.
It's not 1 pitch for the Tigers or the Orioles or the Rays or whoever. It's the Yankees and the Red Sox.
I think the thing that I can almost compare it to is Kirk Gibson. But
he was
Gibson,
too good a player. He's too accomplished.
But yet, if I say Kirk Gibson, which one do you go to? I mean, he actually had a big home run against was it the Padres?
Padres in '84.
But still, I think everybody goes to that one.
Absolutely.
He had no legs.
Yeah, there's no doubt. '88 was more dramatic than '84.
Right.
'84, they were up 3-1, trying to wrap it up in Game 5. If he doesn't hit that home run to put it away, they probably still win the game, and they still have Game 6 and 7 if they don't.
Well, if he strikes out there, they still have 6 games on the other one. But that's the only thing that comes to mind. I mean, there's been iconic plays in the sport, but made Willie Mays with that catch in the 50s. But obviously, he was an iconic player, so there was several other things you want to go to with him. You can go with whatever.
How about Joe Carter or Bill Mazeroski for 1 swing, walking off the World Series? Carter in Game 6 for Toronto, Mazeroski in Game 7 for the Pirates.
Okay, but those are great plays, but I don't think they compare to this one.
I don't know if I have anything else for you. Struggling to come up with something that would
well, I don't know. You seem to know all about Lone Peak's team.
Yeah.
It's not even on the rundown, and you mentioned it.
Yep. There it is. Think of for myself for once. Who knew?
All things to all people. I love you people in Lone Peak.
Alpine, baby.
I'm your guy.
Hey, they might be Skyridge. You don't know.
I brought them up.
In 4 years.
You said Lone Peak. You're the one who said Lone Peak. You're the only one for me.
Yeah, that was Alpine. I have to correct myself. I screwed it up. Should have been on the rundown. I would have gotten it right. Alpine Little League. Mark is very personal in this moment of pain. He made 5'10" in the high jump as a junior in high school in the 60s. Qualified for the league championship meet. Beginning height for most meets was 5'4", but this meet started at 5'10", and he couldn't clear the initial height. There it is.
Yeah.
Came up short.
Yeah, there was one just the other day that in the Little League thing, they played it, saw it on social media. We were watching the game, and then it came later. or maybe it was in the evening. We weren't watching it. We were watching some that was on that triggered him to turn on the television now. Some team was at South Carolina against Florida, and the Florida team was up by 2 runs in the bottom of the last inning, bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 strikes, and the kid hits a double, bases clearing double, and the Carolina team wins, and they flash to the pitcher, and he's walking off sobbing. I would have liked to have seen more of that. I've seen the dog pile.
The dog pile. I think they cut to him twice. He got it twice.
He did. But I wanted more of it.
Had the glove up on top.
I wanted more of it.
Let's watch this kid suffer.
Yes.
Let's watch some 12-year-olds.
We've seen dog piles before.
Some 12-year-old kids' dream die.
Yeah. They were the defending champions, so he was probably on the team last year. I had a situation where my wife and I were golfing at Talon's Cove, and we get done with 9, and they come up to us and say, "Hey, hold on a second. There's like a young girls tournament going on, and they're going into extra holes, right? And so let them get ahead. There's nobody on the back 9. Let them get ahead, and it's just 2, one versus 1, and then you guys, after they clear hole 1 or hole 10 in this case, you can go, right? Because it's gonna probably not last that long. Mm-hmm. Sure, okay, go." It was like a Saturday afternoon, like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon anyway. And so it's just the 2 of us. And we hit, and I think we're on, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So we go to the 12th tee, and all of a sudden we see coming on the cart path is 2 adults with a young girl in the middle. And the young girl has got her head buried in her mom's lap, sobbing. We figured, she lost.
And that's the end of that.
Yeah, so it lasted 3 holes. But that's part of what you sign up for.
Sports is going to break your heart at some point.
Yeah, right.
That's the way it goes.
And if you're a player, I mean, that was a crushing blow. I don't know who the young gal was. This was several years ago. She's probably played college golf or something and had many success stories. But you're going to have a lot of down. I mean, you're going to lose more than you win. I mean, that's just a fact.
But it sucks, PK.
Well, some of them, sometimes you can play really well and still lose, and you can.
Yep.
But yeah,
but that hurts too.
But you invest so much into it, and if you don't get it, it's going to be painful. Yeah, I get it. Understood.
Scott, State Boys Volleyball Tournament. We're up 13-10 in set 5, and we lose 15-13. Drop 5 straight points and get bounced from the state tournament.
Is that the state final or just state tournament?
It says tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, we do have a fan. There's a fan here who listed a bunch of them, and he did list the Jazz lost to Houston in round 1 in 95. So there's one person. There's one person. Yep. That was a great chance. Even though it was first round, you're playing the defending champ and the team that was about to repeat. It stands to reason if you'd gotten them.
And the team that was better than it was the year before.
And yet you let them off the hook.
Right. Yeah, that was your best chance, man. You only want 1. If you have 0, you'll settle for 1, obviously. You want 5 if you got 4. But if you got 0 and you get 1, that's plenty good enough. And if I were to have a wish, that would be 1 wish. While Gail Miller is still alive.
Get 1.
Yes.
1 time.
Doesn't look like it now, obviously.
Looks like they're a long way away.
Yeah. But, check back in 5 years and who knows, see where they are and all that. Yeah, that would have just been incredible for the community. It would have. I often said I didn't care about the players. My top 3 reasons to having the Jazz win it all was 1, Larry Miller, 2, Jerry Sloan, 3, the fans. Players come and go, and when they go with millions.
There's nobody out there making thousands anymore. Those days are gone.
Right. And they'll never have to work again. And then you can sit around and have something to say every which way you turn now. Speaking of you, John.
Doing a lot of interviews.
Yeah. So it would have been cool, but did they really need that? Did they need it? Did the statues need it? Did they need it to verify? Did they need like?
It's better to have it, but
did they really need it? Would they have gotten any more street cred if they would have got it?
Yeah, they would have. I mean, I do think champions are looked at differently than people who aren't champs. But need, they're first ballot Hall of Famers. It's hard to argue need. They're multimillionaires so many times over, so it's hard to argue need. It's much more a want.
Well, a need for their resume. Yeah. I mean, you need food, water. I mean, you want to boil it down. We're talking from the sports needs.
But from the sports category, if you're a first ballot Hall of Famer,
yeah, I don't think it adds anything more to them. That they would that elevate those guys? I don't think so.
Dr. J's looked at differently because he has one.
I don't think he is.
Dirk Nowitzki is looked at differently because he has one.
Yeah, but see, he was Mr. Maverick.
And Stockton won, or
but there's not Mr.
There's two of them. Yeah.
So that waters it down. They never would. There's no such thing as Mr. Jazz.
No, it's a 3-word. You can't say one without the other.
Right. I could argue Larry Miller or Jerry Sloan just as much.
Frank.
Or Frank, sure. You want to go there? Yeah.
They're not in town without Frank.
Well, Frank's not in town without his parents.
Okay.
I mean, his parents aren't in town.
They're not in town without. They're not in town without Larry either.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They cancel each other out. So Nowitzki got it. He's Mr. Maverick, and he's lived off that forever. And he's lived in the Dallas area. These two, as soon as they were done, they were gone.
They went back home.
Yeah.
They're back where they grew up. We're within a few miles of it in case of Carl.
They're not around. So I don't think they would be. And then obviously it would have been more fun if they got it and all that stuff. But I don't think it doesn't pump them up the rankings. It's not like you're going to think, oh, that settles it. Yep, Stockton, he's the best point guard of all time. He got that one title. No.
And Carl wouldn't be the best power forward of all time either.
Who is?
I think most people put Duncan. Although now maybe some people would say LeBron.
Duncan
and
he
LeBron
was a
would be
center.
They had a center, and he played power forward for a lot of years. But to the people who say that, they probably go LeBron.
LeBron?
Who can play a bunch of positions,
Oh, yeah. What has he ever won?
4 championships.
Right. And he handpicked. I just listened to John Stockton tell me he took the helicopter.
He did take the helicopter.
Other guys had backpacks hiking uphill. He takes a helicopter to the top and claims he was born on first base. No.
He went the Schwarzenegger route. To the chopper.
Yeah.
All right, DJ PK, it's 97.5 The Zone. We got some more of those most painful sports moments for you coming up later in the show. DJ and PK, it's 97.5 The Zone. Coming up at 9 o'clock, Robbie Bosco, former BYU quarterback, current BYU athletic administrator, will join us. We'll talk quarterbacks and Big 12 football with him. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present...
This is JJ and Alex.
A school wants to get to the Big 12 so badly. The Memphis Tigers want to get there so badly. I've seen different reports. $200 million was the initial one. I've seen as much as $250 million that they offered. Can we buy our way into the conference? It was a fascinating thing. What's crazy is just as quickly, those rumors were squashed. As soon as they came in, thanks but no thanks, immediately. $250 million turned down by Brett Yormark. That does not sound like the Brett Yormark that I know. With the Big 12 brought to you by Memphis. It's in another conference.
Brought
That's
to you
what
by
they should
FedEx.
do. It should be the Big 12 championship game presented by Memphis University, the American champions of this season.
Our biggest sponsor.
They play it in Memphis. Memphis is not allowed to be in the conference. This is all great. But
We take your money, not your school.
Catch JJ and Alex afternoons from 3 to 6. Presented by G2G Bars on 97.5 The KSL Sports Zone.
The band of the day today is Creed. Scott Stapp, lead singer, turning 52. Brought to you by Live Nation. For all live concerts and events in 2025, check out livenation.com. We're in the dog days here for college football, PK. Going to satisfy yourself by watching a little baseball tonight?
Tonight? No,
Yep.
I'm going to take the wife out. We're going to go disco dancing.
Oh, nice.
Friday.
That Kmart cocktail dress going to come in handy?
It's Friday, man.
That it is.
Yeah. We tripped to Life Fantastic. You know that.
Old school.
Oh, yeah. There's no new dances.
Well, when you got the magic, it's hard to let it go.
Give me new dances. Give me one.
The twist. Wait, not new.
There hasn't been any new dances instituted since the Macarena.
There's got to be something.
No.
The Dougie.
No.
The Dougie.
The floss.
No.
The stanky leg.
The floss is gross. No.
We got a bunch out there, PK. Come on.
One listener who's going to do the floss tonight. Just give me one. Where I am going to go disco dancing. When Donna Summer's on that turntable, look out.
Okay, so you want a listener who might try doing the floss tonight? That'd be my daughter. She's listening this morning. I already got a
That
text.
don't count. We don't make any money off of her.
He's got a point there. Not the key demographic.
I'm just saying. I know.
How
she's
old's your
listening.
daughter?
She's 9.
No.
But
Yeah. All the salespeople are shaking their head now.
She is doing the floss all the time these days.
Get up. Show me what it looks like.
I can't do it.
Oh, you baby.
Come on, you got a camera. Do it.
I seriously can't do
You
it.
want to do it.
I don't actually.
You know you can. Question of the morning. What is the most painful moment of your sporting life? Some people have taken personal moments. Other people have gone with their favorite team losing. Robert at Big Biggity Bob says, I got undercut on a layup during church basketball. That hurt.
Could hurt, maybe.
It could. Phil, I got hit in the nether regions without a cup in Little League. It was painful. Very painful.
That is the protective cup.
Jason, I caught a foul tip off home plate when I was catching Pony League. Stopped the game for 15 minutes until I could walk again. The old foul tip off home plate. It's a bad bounce.
Was he catching or hitting?
He does not say. Oh, yeah, he does. Catching. My bad. Catching.
Catching can often be a hazardous occupation.
Too close to the bat. No time to react.
Yeah.
Going to be a problem.
You never know.
Christian says he's a Bronco fan. It was the Super Bowl, and he hits us with a gift. Manning wasn't expecting the snap. Goes over his shoulder. Playing the Seahawks. That was the first bad play for the Broncos in what turned out to be a Seahawk blowout. Boring Super Bowl. Seattle won big.
Sure. Yeah, they did. I remember it.
Does Denver get to complain? They've won 3 Super Bowls. You wouldn't let New England complain because they've won 6.
Even the
Denver's
Super
got
Bowl
3.
they won was boring.
That was a defensive struggle, yeah.
Obviously Denver doesn't have as much success, but my guess is he's experienced. If you've experienced the mountaintop multiple times, I really don't want to hear it.
Chris, my most painful sports moment is listening to @PK Kinahan tell me that my sports takes are wrong for the past 22 plus years, and he's got the gif, Dr. Evil, Mike Myers. Throw me a frickin' bone here.
No, come with something worthy of a bone. You got to earn your bones. I just don't give out bones. No. Earn your bones. Give me something that is right, and I'll be the first to agree. But when you got dumb takes, I'm calling you out. I got time for that. Come on.
Throw me a frickin' bone here. That was well done. Good job, Chris.
What do you got, Chris? There's no way I've disagreed with you for 22 years. No.
Got to occasionally come together.
Right.
Braden, I have short-term memory, and RSL lost Saturday on penalty kicks. There's no way that was the most painful.
Well, if you have short-term memory.
He can only remember last week. He can't remember last month or last year. That's all I got for you all the way back to Saturday. Thanks.
Yeah.
Peter says 2013 MLS Cup. It was like 9 degrees. We lost on the 10th round of penalties, and then we had a 16-plus hour drive home through the night in the dead of winter.
Ooh, why don't you spend the night?
Spend the night.
Jeez.
Get a motel somewhere.
I know. There's got to be somewhere that you could afford. You don't know.
Maybe you had to get back for work or something. I don't know what it drove it. But, yeah, 16 hours after that game, that seems excessive.
Jeez. In the dead of winter?
Dangerous.
Hopefully the roads were clear. And
Right.
It wasn't icy and snowy.
Well, it was in Kansas City for the game, so I assume it was across the plains. I don't think the weather changes that much.
I don't remember what 2 in the morning what the weather was in Kansas City. My bad.
All right, hit us up on Facebook, DJ and PK, on Twitter, David DJ James. Hit us with your most painful sports moments. Jason Christ from Real Salt Lake is going to join us at 8:30. Robbie Bosco, former BYU quarterback, will join us at 9 o'clock. He's now a BYU athletics administrator. Changes in the athletic administration there, changes in college football, a quarterback competition. Plenty to talk to Robbie Bosco about. DJ and PK, that's coming up at 9 o'clock. Stay with us right here on The Zone.